There are so many heterocycles that if you're going to memorize them all as an undergraduate, you'd go crazy. It couldn't be done. So let's look at the very most important heterocycles to remember to get you somewhere in your scientific career. You need to know these structures. It involves memorization. Sorry about that. But by slimming down the number to memorize, you can focus on the most effective ones. Okay, let me start with pyran. Pyran is a curious one to start with because it has two forms, 2H pyran and 4H pyran. Why would we remember these? Because in absolute terms, pyran is not so very important, but it's the basis of six-membered ring forms in sugars, like this form of glucose. The other major form of sugars is furanose forms, and furanoses are named after furan. It's a very good idea to remember furan. Furan, of course, aromatic heterocycle, and you may be asked about that, but I'll talk about that a little bit later. So furanose forms are the five-membered ring, as in this form of ribose. And of course, ribose or deoxyribose is found in RNA or DNA. And they also contain another heterocycle. So what heterocycles do we need to remember for that? The first one is 1,3-pyrimidine. This structure here. U, C, and T all are pyrimidine nucleic acid bases because their heterocycles look like this and they have that 1,3-pyrimidine type structure. Well, how about G and C? Let's draw them out. These are called the purine bases. So remember the structure of purine. If you can do that, it will help you draw G and C in nucleic acid chemistry. And of course, nucleic acid chemistry and sugars, really important for biological majors, chemistry majors. If your major is anything to do with biology or chemistry, you should remember these. The next one I can think of is pyrrole. Pyrrole, you may be asked about the aromaticity of this, and again, I'll talk about that later. But pyrrole is particularly important because it occurs in porphyrins, like in hemoglobin. This structure here is hemoglobin, which is the whole protein, but it contains a porphyrin macrocycle around iron. And if you look carefully at that structure, you'll see the iron is bound to O2. That's what hemoglobin is doing in your blood this second. As you breathe in, the oxygen is absorbed through your lungs and complexes with the iron on hemoglobin. Pyrrole then is quite a biologically significant molecule, and it's also used a lot in medicinal chemistries. You'll find pyrroles in drugs. So there you have it. I think the ones to remember and understand are pyran and furan, and the furanoses go into nucleic acids, which have a second base, pyrimidine or purine. Pyrrole is a constituent of porphyrins, macrocycles found in hemoglobin, and a similar one is found in chlorophyll. A couple of runners up, other heterocycles you might remember, and you won't waste your time if you remember them. One is imidazole, because imidazole is found in histidine. And another one is indole, because indole is found in tryptophan. I really hope that helps with your studies. Thank you very much for listening. Bye-bye.